Okay, I'm using the screen recorder on my Mac, so that must mean one thing. It's time for me to do yet another video where I vote for the KCAs. Because that's really the only time I ever do videos in this format, right? Anyway, as it says here, the slime has come. Cast your votes for this year's Kids' Choice Awards winners. I'm so hyped. Someone in my Discord server told me that another KCA was coming sometime in June, I believe. What day in June exactly, I have no idea, and I don't care because I don't plan on watching it. And they also told me that, voting is now open for the new KCAs. Not like I look at the site religiously to make sure that voting is open because, again, I don't care all too much. But I do find it amusing making these videos and showing off my complete lack of knowledge of modern pop culture, despite me only being 24 years old. And you might find it amusing too. I don't know, and I don't really care because I have fun making these videos, and that's all that really matters to me. Anyway, this doesn't really need a long-winded intro, doesn't it? Let's vote. If it loads up, here we go. Favorite animated movie: Dogman. Plankton the movie. Plankton the movie? There's a Plankton movie? I didn't even know. Holy shit. Despicable Me 4. I didn't even know there was a fourth Despicable Me. Or, I should say, I didn't even know there was a third Despicable Me. I saw the OG Despicable Me way back when it was in theaters with my paternal grandmother. Spent the day with her when she came to New York to visit. Had a fun day that day, so there is some sentimental value surrounding the first Despicable Me movie for me. And I saw Despicable Me 2, not in theaters, but in a classroom. They showed it in class on one of the last days of sixth grade, I believe. And I also saw the original Minions movie back when that was in theaters because I just wanted to see it. Maybe I should feel ashamed, but whatever. I mean, I was only, 13 when that came out, so I still had some mild interest in shit like that. Moana 2, I remember seeing the first Moana in class in high school and I had to write about the movie. Mufasa, The Lion King, I remember ranting about this like a year ago and, calling it pretty much just yet another cash grab prequel, which it probably ended up being. I didn't see it, but that's more than likely what it was. The Wild Robot, Transformers 1, misleading title. Aren't there like 10 Transformers movies at this point? I'm joking, obviously. Inside Out 2, I heard of Inside Out, the first one. That came out, a few years ago, I think. I'll go with the Plankton movie because SpongeBob is cool. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are cool, at least. Favorite album: Beautifully Broken by Jelly Roll, Wicked, the soundtrack, I Said I Love You First by Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, Mayhem by Lady Gaga, GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd, F1 Trillion by Post Malone, Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Well, I've heard many, 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 many good things about Kendrick Lamar. I've not heard a Kendrick Lamar album in its entirety, not yet at least. I have heard Not Like Us and the other song he made as a diss towards Drake, The Grands or whatever it was called. Really like Not Like Us, and I liked that song. I should really venture into Kendrick Lamar's discography, though. I don't know why I put that off. Um, I heard of Sabrina Carpenter because I have a friend who likes her music. Post Malone, I heard of. Wicked, 1 Million Moms ragged on you, and I made a video about that back on Christmas. So, despite 1 Million Moms, those pieces of shits, I'll go with Wicked, the soundtrack. Favorite reality TV show: American Idol, America's Got Talent, America's Funniest Home Videos, The Masked Singer, American Ninja Warrior, MasterChef Junior. I would go with MasterChef, but I don't watch MasterChef. Never really cared about MasterChef. Never watched. Well, I have watched the original MasterChef, some seasons of that, but I'm more of a Hell's Kitchen person. I'm currently binging Hell's Kitchen. Speaking of that, I'm on the 6th season, the best season in my opinion, and I plan on watching the first 15 or so seasons. just to refamiliarize myself with the seasons I have not seen in a long time. But America's Funniest Home Videos, I mean, so much nostalgia surrounding that. I used to watch America's Funniest Home Videos every Sunday when a new episode would premiere. And I also used to like watching America's Funniest Home Videos with my paternal great-grandmother, who passed away when I was 6 years old. So I have some sentimental value surrounding AFV, so I will go with AFV. Favorite female breakout artist? Yeah, I'm sure I'm well versed in this. Rose, or Rose, Lisa, Sabrina Carpenter, Chapel Roan, Addison Rae, Glorilla, Doechii, Jenny, and that's it. Well, I'll go with Chapel Roan. I heard a few Chapel Roan songs around the time I made that video talking about the stupid controversy where a bunch of libs were mad at her for not endorsing Kamala, even though she was still going to vote for Kamala. And I thought the songs I heard from her were decent. Have not heard a single Chapel Roan song since then. I don't think, at least, but I will still go with you, since you're the only one out of all these artists I've heard of. Come on. Come on. Is it stuck in a loop? Maybe refreshing the page will work, hopefully. Yeah, it worked. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. Favorite female artist? Lady Gaga, Cardi B. I don't like her music, so disqualification for you. Selena Gomez, Billie Eilish, Katy Perry. I've heard you've been in a bunch of controversies lately. I don't know what any of them are about, but all I remember from you is that I thought your music was annoying 10 plus years ago, back when you were relevant, but I don't know what your current endeavors are, so whatever. I don't really have much of an opinion on Katy Perry. Taylor Swift, I'd rather not vote for you. SZA, Ariana Grande. I mean, Billie Eilish. You already knew I was gonna go with her, I'm sure. Favorite cartoon? Teen Titans Go, Dragon Ball Daima. I know some people would rip my head for saying this, but I have never watched Dragon Ball. Don't really give a shit about Dragon Ball, or anime in general. I know people would especially rip my head off for that, but it's the truth. Never cared about anime and Dragon Ball. SpongeBob SquarePants, of course you're gonna win. Monster High, The Simpsons. Like I've said a million times over, I would binge The Simpsons, but I just don't know when is a good time to stop watching The Simpsons, since you get so many different answers. This season is when you're supposed to stop. This episode is when you're supposed to stop. Yeah, I'd rather not watch over 30 fucking seasons of the same show, so that's why I have abstained from watching The Simpsons, because obviously when The Simpsons got bad is a very arbitrary and subjective thing. The Loud House, I know this show is very popular, but I've never seen a single episode of it. I'm going to SpongeBob. I know every year people complain that SpongeBob wins favorite cartoon. I don't care. Again, first 3 seasons of SpongeBob were peak. I don't care. Favorite music collaboration? Call Me When You Break Up by Selena Gomez, Benny Blanco with Gracie Abrams. Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter featuring Dolly Parton. I don't listen to Dolly Parton, but I know she's a cool person. Maybe I'll pick this song just based on that, who knows. Luther by Kendrick Lamar, Die With A Smile, Slow Motion, Show Me Love, Apt. Well, again, I mean, I like Not Like Us. I know this song isn't that song, but I'll just go with that song based on that. Favorite female creator? Emma Chamberlain, Brooke Monk, Sophie Dawsey, Lexi Rivera, Salish Matter, Charlie D'Amelio. I don't know who any of these people are besides you. I've mentioned him before in these KSA voting videos, as he's really my only link when it comes to modern pop culture, somewhat at least. He showed me some my 12-year-old cousin, I should say. Well, he's going to be 12 in July. He showed me some Charlie D'Amelio TikToks some years ago. I don't even know if he still watches her, but I have some knowledge of her just because of that, so I'll go with her. Is it in a loading loop again? I think it is. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this page. Weird. Are there really that many people voting for the KCAs that it's fucking crashing the page? didn't even think that many people cared. Fan favorite kids creator, Toys and Colors, Ryan Kaji slash Ryan's World. Oh, disqualification for you. Miss Rachel, Kids Diana Show, Danny Go, A for Adley. Well, I've said it. I've said this a million times over as well. I don't like any of these channels where they shove their kids, where parents shove their kids in front of the camera, and basically profit off of the depriving their children of a childhood because they want their kids to be in front of a camera all the time and make them a bunch of money and rake in a whole bunch of views. I don't like child exploitation, and I honestly think YouTube and other social media sites should really crack down on that. Well, this thumbnail doesn't have a child in it. It has a grown man. And this one, I don't think this is a child. I'll go with this one. It looks like a fucking dollar store Sesame Street, so I'll go with that. Favorite gamer, Unspeakable, I Show Speed, Ninja, Ibella, Kai Cenat, Afmao, Pokimane. Well, Kai Cenat, you had that disastrous giveaway event here in NYC a few years ago, so I'm not gonna pick you. I Show Speed. I mean, I've seen clips of his stuff, and it seems really fucking obnoxious. He's always screaming and making weird faces, and I'm 24 years old, so I'm not into stuff like that. Ninja, I heard of. Pokimane, you've been in a whole bunch of different controversies. Some of them really stupid, admittedly, but some were legitimately scummy, like when you were scamming your fans with that cookie brand. I don't know, I'll go with I Show Speed. I mean, again, his content, from the little I've seen of it, is really obnoxious, but I don't know, maybe he's a decent person behind the scenes. I don't know. Favorite female TV star, kids. Selena Smith for Tyler Perry's Young Dylan, Maya LeClark for The Thunderman's Undercover, Mallory James Mahoney for Bunked, Kira Kosarin, I'm sorry if I butchered that, I probably did, for The Thundermans, Miranda May for Bunked, Janice Leanne Brown for Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. I knew some kids back in the day who watched the OG Wizards of Waverly Place. I'm guessing this is a revival show. So, I mean, I wasn't a Disney Channel kid. I used to watch Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon exclusively. Never Disney Channel for whatever reason. But out of all of these, I don't know. I'll just... whatever my mouse trackpad lands on randomly, I'll go with. Congratulations, Mallory. Don't know who you are, don't know what Bunked is, but you won, so again, congratulations. Favorite video game? Roblox, Mario Party Jamboree, Fortnite, Madden NFL 25, Just Dance 2025 edition, Minecraft. Well, I played some of Roblox with that same 12-year-old cousin I mentioned. Well, this is a few years ago, so he was younger than 12 at the time. He's still younger than 12. Again, his birthday is in July. He made me play Roblox with him like twice. Can't say I had much fun, though. Fortnite, I played a couple of times when it came out for free on the Switch, like, 8 years ago at this point. Didn't care for it. Minecraft, I've made this clear before. I don't care for Minecraft. Played Minecraft a few times and didn't get into that either. And I also don't care about the Mario Party games, but I have played Mario Party 4 for the GameCube, and Mario Party DS, which I did actually really enjoy, so I'll just go with Mario Party. Jamboree based on that, even though I have not played Jamboree, but whatever. Speaking of video games, I'm playing Resident Evil 4 for the millionth fucking time on my GameCube. I will never get tired of that game, and it will forever be my favorite game of all time, more than likely. And once again, the page got stuck in a loading loop. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Never had this problem in previous years. Favorite global music star, Asia, Stray Kids, North America, Bruno Mars. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I think this is the first time I've done these KCA voting videos and it wasn't Taylor Swift representing North America. It's amazing. Wow. UK, Ed Sheeran. Australia, The Kid Laroi. Africa, Tyla. Europe, David Guetta. Latin America, Shakira. The USA is currently a hellhole. I mean, when has the USA not been a hellhole? But it's my hellhole, so I'll go with North America. Favorite kids TV show: Bunked, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, The Really Loud House, The Thunderman's Undercover, Ayla and the Mirrors, Tyler Perry's Young Dylan. Well, I don't know any of these fucking shows. Again, I have some knowledge when it comes to Wizards of Waverly Place. I don't know anything about this, I guess, revival show, but again, I knew some kids who liked the original show. I've seen very few bits and pieces of the original show, so I'll just go with this based on that. Favorite male animated voice from a movie: Steve Carell. Oh, I really like The Office, so maybe I'll go with you. Dwayne Johnson, Ben Schwartz, Will Ferrell, Chris Hemsworth, Keanu Reeves. Well, I mean, you're the internet's golden child, so maybe I should go with you based on that. But I've never seen anything Keanu Reeves is in. I know he's in some insanely popular properties, but again, I'm very behind when it comes to pop culture. But I have seen The Office, love The Office, so I'll go with Steve Carell because of that. Even though obviously he was for Despicable Me and not for The Office, but whatever. Favorite family TV show: Star Wars, Skeleton Crew. I'm gonna say something else that'll cause people to want to rip my head off. Oh, I accidentally kicked my fan there. Holy shit. Sorry. I never cared about Star Wars. I knew a kid in elementary school who tried to get me into Star Wars. He even gave me his DVD pack of the original trilogy, and I saw all three of those movies and didn't get into them. I also watched one of the prequel movies. Another friend had me watch that. It was the third one, I believe. Whichever one had Anakin fall into lava and become Darth Vader. But never cared about Star Wars. Sorry. Could never get into it. XO Kitty, Lord of the Rings. Here's another insanely popular franchise I've never been able to get into. The Rings of Power, Goosebumps, The Vanishing, Abbott Elementary, Cobra Kai. Well, I'll go with Cobra Kai because I've seen Cobra Kai and kind of enjoy it. I mean, it's far from my favorite show ever, but it's amusing. I think we're stuck in another loading loop. Again, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hope it's not my internet. Favorite movie: Paddington in Peru, Beetlejuice, a Minecraft movie, Captain America, Brave New World, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Thunderbolts, Wicked, Descendants, The Rise of Red. I'll go with Sonic 3 just for the meme. Even though I've never cared about Sonic. It's so weird. It's like it's a huge autism stereotype to be really, really into Sonic, but I've never been into Sonic. Never been into trains either. That's another big stereotype that doesn't apply to me, because I myself am autistic. Whatever. Favorite podcast: The Nikki and Bree Show, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Baby, This Is Kiki Palmer. Weren't you in a Nickelodeon sitcom years ago, I think? Avatar, Braving the Elements. I watched Avatar finally like 5 years ago. I plan on rewatching it again someday because it was a really good show. I slapped myself for when I was a kid. I watched Avatar, a few episodes, and couldn't get into it back then because I thought it was boring back then. I was just waiting for SpongeBob to come back on. But again, I slapped myself for that because Avatar is a really fucking great show. As an adult, I can finally appreciate the show. New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce. Oh, your Taylor Swift's boyfriend or fiance or whatever you are to her now. LOL Podcast, American Girl, The Smart Girls Podcast, Super Great Kid Stories. Where's the Joe Rogan Experience, bro? I totally listen to him when it comes to medical advice, even though he has no medical credentials of his own. He knows better than my doctor. Whatever. Don't get too much into that in a video like this. I'll go with the Avatar podcast because, again, Avatar is a great show, and I didn't even know there was an Avatar podcast. Though I shouldn't be that surprised since Avatar is still very, very popular. Even as a Netflix show, live action remake show that I haven't seen and can't say I'm very interested in seeing. Favorite song from a movie: If I Feel Alive by Jack Black for a Minecraft movie. Higher Love for the Smurfs. I didn't even know they were still making Smurf movies. Holy shit. I remember watching the first live action Smurf movie when I was like, what, 9 years old with one of my friends in elementary school. Defying Gravity for Wicked. Can I Get a Chi-Ho for Moana 2. Run It by Jelly Roll for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Kiss the Sky for The Wild Robot. I Always Wanted a Brother. Yeah, I wanted a brother when I was a kid, but I came to terms with being an only child, and being an only child has quite a few perks, so after a certain point, I didn't complain anymore about being an only child, but I did feel that pain at one point. Mufasa, The Lion King. Ugh, The Lion King prequel. Ugh. Popular by Ariana Grande for Wicked. This song title got a chuckle out of me, so I'll go with that. Favorite movie actress: Ariana Grande for Wicked, Millie Bobby Brown for The Electric State, Cynthia Erivo, I think that's how you pronounce that at least, for Wicked, Jenna Ortega for Beetlejuice. I heard of you, but I've never seen anything you were in. Winona Ryder for Beetlejuice. I only know Winona Ryder for Stranger Things personally. I know Winona Ryder's very famous. She's done very other very famous movies and shows, but again, Stranger Things is all I know her for personally. Emma Myers, a Minecraft movie. I'll go with Winona Ryder. I think another loading loop has occurred. Again, I have no idea what the problem is. Must be on Nickelodeon's end, because my internet has been fine today. Favorite movie actor: Chris Pratt. I am tired of seeing your face and your name everywhere, so disqualification for you. Jim Carrey for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Jason Momoa for a Minecraft movie. Jack Black for the Minecraft movie. Chris Evans for Red One. Dwayne Johnson for, again, Red One. I liked your little stint in Game of Thrones, so I'll go with you just for that. Favorite butt kicker? What kind of fucking category is this? Anthony Mackie for Captain America. Emma Myers for the Minecraft movie. Noah Burp is not on this roster. Jace Norman for Henry Danger, the movie. Harvey Danger is an extremely underrated band that had one hit in the 90s that I really like, so whenever I see the name of this TV show, or in this instance, this movie, that's what immediately comes to my mind, since the name is very similar. Kylie Cantrell for The Descendants, Rise of Red. Sebastian Stan, Thunderbolts. Jack Black, the Minecraft movie. Florence Poe, I think Poe is how you pronounce it, for Thunderbolts. I watched Oppenheimer, and you were in Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer was a really good movie. I know this is obviously not Oppenheimer, and you wouldn't see Oppenheimer in a KCA roster, but I'll still go with you just for that. Favorite male creator: Mark Rober, Keith Lee, Mr. B. Oh, disqualification for you. Darman, disqualification for you too. You don't pay your actors fair wages, or at least that was a controversy you were tied up in a few years ago. Sean Does Magic, Adam Rose. Aside from Mr. Beast and Darman, I don't know any of these people, but magic tricks are cool, and I assume that's what you do. I don't know, just judging from your name alone, so I'll go with you. Favorite male TV star: kids, Jack Griffo for The Thundermans, David Henry for Wizards of Waverly Place, Israel Johnson for Bunked, Young Dylan, Tyler Perry's Young Dylan, Trevor... I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this person's last name, for Bunked, Hero Hunter for Tyler Perry's Young Dylan. Uh, whatever my cursor lands on. David Henry, congratulations. Oh boy, once again, loading loop. Oh my fucking god. Favorite female animated voice from a movie. Amy Poehler for Inside Out 2. Lupita, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce that. The Wild Robot. Alil Cravalho for Moana 2. Kristen Wiig, Despicable Me 4. Maya Hawke for Inside Out 2. Scarlett Johansson for Transformers 1. The only actress I'm the most familiar with out of all of these is, of course, ScarJo, so I'll go with her. Favorite female sports star. Alex Morgan, Simone Biles, Angel Reese. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce that either. Jordan Childs, or Chiles, however you pronounce that. Naomi Osaka, Coco Gauff, Caitlin Clark. It would be nice if they put what sport each of these people play. Not like that would help me even know who the fuck any of these people are, because I don't pay attention to sports, or hardly. I'll go with Alex Morgan. I don't know who you are, I don't know what sport you play, but I have a friend named Alex. He's a really cool guy. I mean, Alex is a guy, but still I'll go with you. Why not? Favorite music group. Stray Kids, Blink-182. Ugh. Not going with you. Jonas Brothers, Linkin Park. I never thought I'd see Linkin Park in a KCA roster. Jesus Christ. Coldplay, Twice, Imagine Dragons. I don't get the near universal hate Coldplay gets. One, A Rush of Blood to the Head is a fucking fantastic album. And I also like some other Coldplay albums, like Viva La Vida or X and Y. And I even like some of Coldplay's later stuff after they supposedly went bad. Though I didn't like their most recent album. Ugh. But again, I'm not a Coldplay hater like so many people seem to be. Imagine Dragons. You all know how much I don't like Imagine Dragons. You know, not like I made a whole video years ago talking about how much I hate Imagine Dragons. Blink-182, never liked Blink-182. Jonas Brothers, never listened to a single Jonas Brothers song. Didn't watch the show either back when that was on, and I didn't even know Jonas Brothers were still a thing. Of course, I'm gonna go with Linkin Park, though. I mean, I'm only most familiar with Hybrid Theory and Meteor, and I did listen to Hunting Party and One More Light, even though I didn't like One More Light. I do kind of feel bad for ragging on One More Light, though, since that was Chester's final album with the band before his untimely demise. But I just gotta say how I feel. I didn't like One More Light. Sorry. And I know Linkin Park does have that controversy with their new lead singer, who may or may not still be part of the cult of Scientology, but still, out of all those groups, still Linkin Park is the one I like the most. Anyway, favorite viral song. Messy by Lola Young. That's So True by Gracie Abrams. Apple by Charlie XCX. Oh, it's that Brad album with the ugly puke green background. I remember hearing endlessly about this album last summer. I even had a friend who was obsessively listening to this album during that time. I keep hearing how much of a masterpiece this album supposedly is, and I've yet to listen to it, so I can't conclusively say whether or not people are right when it comes to how good this album supposedly is, but whatever. Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae. Pink Pony Club by Chapel Roan. Bluest Flame by Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Sports Car by Tate McRae. Ordinary by Alex Warren. I'll go with Chapel Roan. Again, she has those couple of songs I heard that I found decent, so why not go with her based on that, since I don't know any of these other fucking artists. I think another loading loop. At least this is almost over. Favorite male breakout artist, I should say. Miles Smith, Shabuzi, Zach Bryan, Benson Boone, DJO, Alex Warren, Leon Thomas, David. Yeah, I don't know who any of these people are. But like I said before, I'm currently in the middle of my millionth playthrough of Resident Evil 4, and your name is Leon, and of course Resident Evil 4 stars a Leon. Even though this category has absolutely nothing to do with the gaming, I'll still go with you because of that. Favorite villain: Jeff Goldblum in Wicked, Michelle Yeoh, sorry, I probably butchered that, for Wicked, Rita Ora for Descendants, Michael Keaton for Beetlejuice, Jim Carrey for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Frankie Grande for Henry Danger the movie, Harrison Ford, Captain America. Yeah, I'll go with Jim Carrey, why not? I liked Jim Carrey as a kid. I saw some movies he was in. He was entertaining. Favorite female TV star. Family. Reba McEntire for Happy's Place. Ryan Kira Armstrong for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Again, don't give a shit about Star Wars. Peyton List for Cobra Kai. Anna Cathcart for XO Kitty. Jaden Bartels for Goosebumps, Janelle James, Abbott Elementary. Well, I mean, out of all these shows, I've only seen Cobra Kai, and Peyton List is entertaining in that show, so I'll go with her. Favorite male artist: Drake. Holy shit, that's one hell of a choice for a KCA. I mean, he's had that. He's had his share of controversies, including him being, let's say, questionable around minors. I mean, wasn't there even one instance, or maybe even more than one instance, where he was in a hotel room alone with Millie Bobby Brown when she was like 15 years old? Yeah, that totally doesn't raise a whole bunch of red flags. The Weeknd, Post Malone, Bad Bunny, Travis Scott, Jelly Roll, Kendrick Lamar, Bruno Mars. I mean, I don't know much about Kendrick Lamar's beef for Drake, but again, I not like us, so I'll go with Kendrick Lamar. I just find it so funny they put Kendrick Lamar and Drake in the same category together. And again, on the KCAs no less, with Drake's, again, questionable reputation when it comes to his behavior around minors, but again, I'll go with Kendrick Lamar. I think Travis Scott have that disastrous concert that involved multiple concert goers dying because the concert was very poorly managed. So yeah, disqualification for him anyway. Another loading loop. Favorite male TV star. Family. Zolo I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Cobra Kai. Damon Wayans Jr. for Papa's Place, George Lopez for Lopez v. Lopez, Sam McCarthy for Goosebumps, David Schwimmer for Goosebumps, Jude Law for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I watched Friends last year finally. I know, very late to the party, I know, but yeah, I liked Friends. But George Lopez, I mean, his sitcom from over 20 years ago, I loved as a kid. I still really enjoy now. Obviously, this has nothing to do with his old sitcom, but I'll still go with George Lopez because he's the one I'm the most familiar with out of all those people in that category. Favorite male sports star. Oh boy. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Jason Tatum, Shohei Ohtani, Travis Kelce, Lionel Messi, Stephen Curry, LeBron James. Jalen Hurts, aren't you in the Eagles? And the Eagles just won a Super Bowl, so I'll go with you, if I'm even correct in assuming he's from the Eagles. Favorite song: Taste by Sabrina Carpenter, Wildflowers by Billie Eilish, Cry for Me by The Weeknd, I Can Do It with a Broken Heart by Taylor Swift, no thank you, Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, Squabble Up by Kendrick Lamar. I'll go with Billie Eilish. I finally heard her latest album a few months ago. Didn't listen to it when it came out because I was busy listening to Bob Dylan's discography for the first time, and I was busy with that. The dude has over 40 albums, so yeah, and he also became one of my favorite artists of all time. Thank you. We've got your picks. Tune in on June 21st to see who wins. Vote again. You unlock 2 out of 5 cards. Um, well, I did vote already in some categories because the reason I had to restart recording was because, for whatever reason, QuickTime crashed. I only got into like I only made it into like two categories before it crashed, but I guess it still counts as me voting twice. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care about downloading these cards. No, thank you. Sorry. Vote again. I do find it kind of unfair, even though, I mean, it was convenient for me because I had to redo the recording, but it is kind of unfair that you let people vote multiple times. Is that just prime for rigging? Yeah, like I really give a shit about the integrity of the KCA voting process. Anyway, I'm sure some kids were watching this and were yelling at their monitor or their iPad screen or their phone screen, what have you, about my complete lack of knowledge of what they're into and modern pop culture, but again, I find it amusing doing these videos just based on that because I have no idea about anything that is on any of these rosters, or at least most of the things that are on these rosters, and it's kind of fun for me to go through these rosters with little to no knowledge about anything that's on them. So yeah, that's why I have fun making these videos, and hopefully they're fun for you to watch, maybe, presumably. Anyway, no more rambling from me. That's all I had to vote on. Bye-bye.